Hello, everybody. Welcome to Peaches and Power Bombs. It's a little late, we know, but both of us had an evening. I had to go to the gym. She had to run some errands. So we're here for a late night with Peaches and Power Bombs.
Good thing I'm off tomorrow.
Right. And I'm in my PJs, so I'm really
Not the first time, won't be the last. That's how we
no.
do it here.
No. How you guys doing out there? Like always, like, share, subscribe, do all the things. Tell your friends about us and leave us a comment. Let us know that you're here. Um,
Hello to you. Thank you for watching all the way from YouTube. We
thank
need more
you.
YouTubes. Didn't we just reach 100 subscribers on
We
YouTube?
did. We have
Yay!
102 subscribers on Facebook
Okay.
now, and we have 609. On YouTube, we have 102 on YouTube, and we have 609 on Facebook. So
Okay.
we're moving on up little
We're
by
getting there
little.
slowly but surely.
We'll get we'll get there one day. It'll be good.
We're gonna get that Eddie Kingston interview. That's what we want.
Yeah. uh, oh boy.
we just totally sound like a bunch of nerds right now.
Yes. Well, that's okay. Well,
Mhm.
that's what I would be doing that internally. I would be like trying really hard to like be professional, but like the whole
Oh
time I would
my
be
god.
like inside.
Oh my god, yes.
I was looking at my Facebook memories for the past couple days, and last year today was when Eddie Kingston indirectly referred to me on Dynamite and about lost my mind. I forgot all about that happened.
Oh my god, I remember that night. I was totally screaming for you in the living room. I mean, when he was talking, I was like, and you were still at church, and I was texting you. I was like, Tina, and you're like, I'm at church. What's up? And I'm like, just watch Dynamite.
Well, see, the thing is you weren't the only one to do that. I was getting like 6 messages like that. I was like, people leave me alone. But
Little did you know.
little did I know that there was a reason why people were screaming at me to watch Dynamite. "Are you watching Dynamite?" No.
Are you okay? Did anybody call 911 on you? Huh? What? Oh,
Oh,
okay.
it's,
It's Chris from the Straight Up Wrestling Show. He's on his YouTube channel. Either way, thank you for joining us.
thank you very much. We appreciate it. So, are you
And
ready to get
and
in?
definitely give those guys a follow too. Chris and HBT from the Straight Up Wrestling Show. Give them a like and a follow.
They have the most dedicated fans on the planet. I think they text them every day going, "Hey, Harry, are you going live tonight?" Like, every day, right on the button. It
Oh wow.
it's pretty funny. I was like, "Wow, y'all have some loyal followers. Y'all are doing something good." They're awesome guys over there. I've, done a few watch-alongs with them now, so we
Yeah,
always
I
have
need
a
to
good
get on
time.
the boat here.
That's okay. So are you ready to talk some wrestling?
Yeah.
We haven't talked about WWE in a hot minute, so we'll get into that first.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
talk
what I've
about
been catching up on.
yeah, me too. I don't really watch WWE right as it's happening. I did a little bit on Monday, but not much. But we have new women's tag team champions.
Mhm.
And Lita and Becky Lynch, they defeated Dakota Kai and Io Sky 2 weeks ago, I believe it
Yes.
was. Um, what do you think about
Excuse me.
this?
I like it, but I'm trying to figure like I'm just wondering, okay, it's like, okay, well, we know the whole thing with damage control is centered around pretty much Becky at this point because Bianca's doing her own thing. Alexa's taking time off again. That leaves Becky and then here comes Lita and Trish, which there's nothing wrong with it, I don't think. But I'm just wondering, like, what place did it serve other than the fact that that's that's just allowing them to be on the WrestleMania card, which that's all good and dandy. But storyline wise, I'm just like, does this make sense, or does will it make sense in the long run? I don't know.
I
Hey,
get that take. I get that take, but I think that the original plan was to have, like, Becky and a partner versus Damage Control versus Ronda and Shayna
Shayna.
for the
Okay.
women's at WrestleMania, but I think Ronda is hurt.
Oh, okay. I did not
So
know that.
it kinda threw a wrench into what everything that they had planned, because I think that was the original plan, was to do something like that and
Okay.
have Ronda and Shayna take the tag team titles.
Oh yeah, because they were tearing it up on SmackDown for a minute. To which I will say, I like the team of Ronda and Shayna Baszler. I think it was
Mhm.
inevitable that that was going to happen. Um, and also that kind of helps hide some of Ronda's flaws. As a competitor, as a wrestler. That because Shayna is an amazing wrestler, and
Right.
Ronda isn't as good at it as Shayna is, but they both came from the same background, you know. So yeah, it was inevitable, but I think that kind of helps Ronda more. I hate that she's injured, so
Right. I'm not 100% positive on that, but I think that that's the case, that they decided to go in a different direction.
yeah,
And, I was like, "Well, then why isn't it just, like, for the tag titles between those 2 teams then, like the Lita and the Becky and" but then, of course, you don't wanna leave Bailey off of the WrestleMania card
right,
either.
yeah,
So adding Trish to it, I think, in a pinch, this is a if this is the best you can do in a pinch, that's pretty good. That's Lita and
that is
Trish.
true, and it's no. There's nothing against anybody. I was just trying to like for me, I was just trying to figure out. Okay, well, I didn't see this coming. I like it, but um how does it make sense? So now that I know Ronda's injured, that makes a lot of sense. And then you want, like you said, Bailey is, you need Bailey on the card. So what better duo than
Yeah. And we have to
Lita and
remember
Trish?
that WrestleMania is not necessarily all for us. It's not all for the diehard, I watch this 24/7, 365 days a week type people. It's also for the casual fans. It draws a lot of people
Hmm.
from all different
It's the
places in.
nostalgia factor, and Lita and Trish can still go. I mean, it's
Mhm.
not like they show up every like 6, 8, 10 years. They've been in the women's Royal Rumbles, and Trish had that was it Trish that had the match with Charlotte Flair?
Yes, and Lita had a
Okay,
match with Becky Lynch. And
okay.
she's also been in some tag stuff with, the Alexa and all of them,
Oh,
I
okay, yeah,
believe. I think Trish might have been in that match too, though.
yeah. So I mean, they've you know they've been here and
And
there.
there, yeah, yep. So I'm not gonna totally dog on this, and I'm a huge, like, Lita and Trish fan because those
Me
were the
too.
ladies when we were growing up, right? Those were the 2 big names, and they really brought women's wrestling. They laid that foundation, helped lay that foundation. I'm not gonna say that they laid it because there were women before them as well, but they
Right.
really laid that foundation to where it could become what it is today. So, I'm always happy to
Dare
see
I
them.
say it was the tipping point.
Yeah, yeah. So, so yeah, we're gonna have a like a 6 women match at WrestleMania, and I think that's going to be great.
Chris says he thinks Trish is going to turn heel at some point. Um, I
Mm,
I would say doubtful, but you never know.
you never
And
know,
then
but
he could see Lita had some ring rust, not much, but it was there.
of course she's not in there all the time.
And Honor the Elite, Gary Joe, how are you doing? Wants to take a moment out of my evening to say, please, everyone, show some love to these ladies by clicking that like and follow button. Peaches and power bombs are the way to go. Much love. Thank you. Oh my god, that made
Yay!
my night.
I know, right? Y'all listen to Honor the Elite over there. He's
Yes.
awesome.
Yes. Yeah, Gary knows his stuff.
Mhm. All right. We'll stay in the women. We'll stay since we're talking about the women. We'll stay in that lane and talk about Asuka versus Bianca. Um, at first, I was like, this isn't really what I wanted. I kind of wanted Rhea versus Bianca and maybe Asuka versus Charlotte. I kind of wanted it to be reversed, but I think I'm gonna like this a lot.
I think so too. Is like Asuka still a babyface, or is she doing the tweener thing?
She's kind of flirting with it a little bit, but I think she might pull the plug either on WrestleMania or the night after.
I got you.
And what better way of turning her heel than on a true-blooded babyface like Bianca? Charlotte is kind of like she's a babyface right now, but we all know her history. Bianca is just a baby face. Little girls love her, women love her, guys love her, everybody loves her. She can do no wrong. So that's the bet. If you're going to turn Asuka heel, that's the person you do that with.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think Gary agrees. This is going to be one of my favorite matches of the night. Honestly, Asuka is really in need for her first Mania win. Wow, I didn't even realize she is winless at WrestleMania. Won't hurt Bianca to drop the title. She's had a great title, and that she has. I agree.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt Bianca one bit. She's had the title for a little over a year now, I believe, and
Mm-hmm.
she had the SmackDown Women's title for a little bit before that too. So it I won't say it's time to take the title off of her, because if they decided to keep the title on Bianca, I wouldn't really be too upset with that either,
Mm-hmm.
just because she does such good work, um, PR type stuff and
Oh yeah.
everything. But I wouldn't be too upset. You can't do anything wrong with either of these ladies, whether you decided to put it on Asuka or you decided to keep it on Bianca. I don't see an issue with either one.
Right. Bianca, Bianca's had her WrestleMania moments, and she even main evented a WrestleMania. So like
Mhm.
it'd be, for Asuka to have a good WrestleMania moment and basically turn a new chapter, so to speak, that I could see that.
Yeah. Yeah. Either way, it's gonna be a good match because those both of those ladies can throw down. So
Alma, it's good to see you. How are you doing this evening? I'm doing pretty good, resting up in my recliner. Sciatic nerve and back hurting, raining all day long here. Blah, sciatica is awful.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, it's supposed to rain here. Um, when when we left my house, when we left the house, it felt good outside, and then after, even at my mom's house, it felt good outside. Go to the mister's mom's house. The wind kicked up. Now it's chilly,
The
and we're supposed to get
temperature
rain.
dropped like 6 degrees in like 2 hours here.
And I woke up this morning at 4 o'clock, and it was 60 degrees in the house. I'm like, holy crap! God!
Well, we are about to say holy crap in just a minute because we're about to talk about our favorite match that'll be on WrestleMania. The
Yeah,
best.
hold that thought. Hold that thought while
Okay.
we're still on the women.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I'm really not hyped for the Charlotte versus Rhea match. I hate saying it, but Charlotte is going to lose the title and gain it back shortly after just because of the Flair movement. That wouldn't surprise me, and that would really piss me off.
Um, I don't think that she'll gain it right back.
I
I
like.
think
Go ahead.
I think that Rhea will probably keep it for a little bit of a hot minute.
Yeah, possibly. I like the fact they let Rhea voice why she decided to go against Charlotte.
Mhm.
So we're seeing a whole new Rhea Ripley this time. So I kind of like that direction. How it goes, we don't know for sure.
Her and
I'll
Dominic is
send you both what we've seen for like 3 weeks now. Everyone's favorite snow, just like the movie Frozen. Just let it go. everyone's oh, everyone. I got what you're saying. No snow. Thank you.
no.
Keep that, please. Thank you.
Well, if you wanna switch, we'll send you pollen. That's what happens here.
Oh
It
my god,
doesn't snow here at Pollen's.
pollen has kicked my butt, y'all. Like,
Yeah.
it's kicked everybody's butt here, really. Timothy, Mother Nature hasn't been very oozy, right?
No. It has not.
Right all day. Adam Cole is king. Oh, sorry, the Braves cheated.
The Mets deserved it. I'll be nice anyway.
About to join a 5-year anniversary on a podcast. Keep up the great work. Y'all make me proud. Thank you. We will
Thank
do
you.
that. Try to anyway.
Appreciate it. You have fun over there. So
Yep.
are you ready?
Thank you for coming on for a few minutes and offering your thoughts and expertise.
Absolutely. Are you ready to talk about your favorite match on WrestleMania?
Yes. Oh my god, I cannot wait for this. I'm just so excited. Like, this is why I'm going to watch WrestleMania. Like, I'm going to take time out of my day instead of going to bed early or whatever. I'm going to watch this match and I'm going to be so excited for it.
Brock Lesnar versus Omos. That is everybody's favorite match. That is everybody's favorite match.
Cap! Totally cap! That means lie!
Right.
And no, it's not. Look, and I know it's blowing everybody's mind because everyone's like, Marie, isn't Brock Lesnar your favorite wrestler on WWE? Yes. But Omos is my least favorite wrestler on WWE. This is torture. I am upset. This is not what I wanted. I wanted Brock versus Gunther. What happened to that?
Right. So when we first heard of this, and we had kind of briefly mentioned it last time we were on, yeah, this was me like when I first heard it.
Girl.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, why? And that's the thing too. The whole I guess there was like a lot of backstage talk rumors or whatever, and they were saying that Brock Lesnar didn't want to work with Bray Wyatt,
I
and so
understand
that's
that.
why he's going against Bobby Lashley, and Brock is going to work with Omos, and I'm just like, that is kind of weird.
I honestly understand that though, because have you seen the stuff that Bobby Lashley's been having to put up with lately?
Yeah.
It hasn't been good either. So it's like, okay, I can deal with the creepy, weird magic stuff, or I can just be in there with a big goon for 3 minutes and be done.
You know, for once, I don't think I could blame Brock Lesnar on this one. But yeah, I was reading something about, you know, Bray Wyatt's new thing going on. They have really dragged this out.
Yeah.
The Mister tells me all the time. He's like, "Oh, this Uncle Howdy thing's played out to me." He's like, "I don't even care who it is now," and
I know.
it's
They need
just
a
these.
reveal. They need to reveal
Yeah,
it pretty soon. It's getting silly.
I hate to say it because I love Bray Wyatt. I just think this is stale at this point.
Mhm.
Um, I like the fact that him and LA Knight, I liked that because it was
Yeah.
different. You know, when Bray came back, you're like, oh wow, who's he gonna face? And it was LA Knight, and it was different, and I appreciated it. And poor Bobby Lashley, like I feel like I saw some of the stuff, um, some clips, and I'm just like, this is the step in the wrong direction for Bobby Lashley, and that's no disrespect to Bray at all. I just think this it just it doesn't work. It just doesn't.
No. Ray says that I heard the Hurt Business is getting Carmelo and Martez Ford.
They've been teasing a Montez Ford heel turn.
Mhm.
Um,
Interesting.
I could definitely see Carmelo Hayes making his debut the night after WrestleMania, the Raw after WrestleMania. With if they put the Hurt Business back together, that would be great. Like
Isn't he about to challenge Braun Breaker for the NXT title?
I don't know.
That's what I thought. Of course, I don't watch NXT. I think I just saw something about it, so
Well, he could always lose too, so there's that. But
yeah,
then again,
but at the same
yeah,
time, Braun Breaker's had that NXT title on hold, on like lock and key forever, hasn't he?
yeah.
It's almost time for that one to to change
Even
hands.
Mina says it. Like, yeah, for real.
Right, right. I don't know. Chris says, "Why are they having that match? It makes no sense, even to people who don't watch wrestling." Did you
Thank
say
you.
it doesn't make any sense?
That don't make no sense.
I don't know.
Well,
They're
the Triple H era can't be perfect all the time, I guess.
no, not everybody does everything exactly right. And this is Harry. He wouldn't put up with that
HB?
stuff from Bray and Uncle Howdy, and I don't blame him one bit. Talking about Brock, no way. He'd be like, I ain't doing that crap.
Yeah, he's like, I'd rather go sit in the woods and make endless money just being Brock Lesnar.
Hey, that he's got it going on. If he can sit in the woods and just make money off of his name, heck,
Ugh,
can I have that job?
right? I know, right? God.
And Ray says that yes, Carmelo's going to win the NXT belt.
They all
Whoops, there we go.
they all took a pic together. They look devastating. I hope that group comes together without Omos. Oh, you
Interesting.
talking about the Hurt Business?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. See, I love the Hurt Business since it started during the Thunderdome era, and that was the one thing they should have just left as is because it was a great story. You had all these guys. It worked, and then y'all broke it up for no reason. I'm still mad about that.
It hurts. We're hurt over the Hurt
And
Business.
right. And then like they had a little resurgence, and then it just kind of died. So it's like I don't know.
It's crazy. But no, I don't want to see this match. And I hate saying that about Brock Lesnar because I love him, but
Haynes versus Braun for the NXT title. He's going to be like Asuka and be stripped of it when he gets moved up. They just did that to Solo when he last year.
yep.
Yep. I'm gonna step away for just 1 second and I will be right back.
Okay. All right. Well, we will real quick talk about Austin Theory versus John Cena. I as you know, Monday night Austin Theory comes out there. Well, John Cena comes out there and he starts to try to talk, and then Austin Theory interrupts him and says, "Hey, John, you were my childhood hero for real, not as in a joke like R-Truth." And he says, "You're my childhood hero. I want to face you at WrestleMania. I'm going to give you this gift." And John Cena was like, "I ain't buying you one bit." And he says that Austin Theory has no heart. He's got no soul, and he's not believing his bull crap, and that he does not think that Austin Theory has what it takes to be able to step up to a guy like John Cena at WrestleMania. And he kind of obliterated a little Austin Theory a little bit on the promo. I don't know if it was necessarily Austin Theory's fault. I think maybe they might have chained him a little bit, and he would. I don't know. Was he allowed? If he was really allowed to rebuttal or not? I mean, I guess he could have, and if it went well, it would have been fine. But I'm not sure. But I really hope that Austin Theory is able to rise to the occasion and come up with some really good stuff to combat with John Cena, because unfortunately Austin Theory got obliterated big time as far as promos go when with John Cena on Monday night. It was a bloodbath.
Considering 10 years ago, John Cena was talking about poop jokes, right?
Right. Right. I don't know if it's necessarily Austin Theory's fault. They might not have told it. They might have told him not to rebuttal and to let John just say whatever he wants to say. That's what happened to Roman Reigns a couple years ago. So, I don't know if it's because I've seen Austin Theory without handcuffs on him on the indies, and that dude can talk. He really can. So that's why I'm saying I don't think that this was him not being able to.
I gotcha.
But Chris says the Kid versus Cena is going to be a decent match. I think it'll be just fine. And Austin Theory getting win over John Cena at WrestleMania. That's going to be big time bucks for that boy.
I could see Cena putting him over, but I could also see him Theory winning by disqualification as well.
Maybe it could go either way. I'm excited about that one, actually. I really am. That's different. Okay,
Yeah.
this is probably what everybody wants to talk about. The bloodline story, right? And they are doing so good with this because they're not keeping Cody separate from
No.
Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. I think at some point Cody, because there's a segment with Rick Boogs on Monday, but in the background you could see Cody talking to Kevin Owens. So he's trying to rally the troops, right? So I think at some point we're gonna have a segment with Cody bringing Sammy and Kevin into the same room and saying, "Look, guys, I know you two have your differences and everything, but we have to join forces in order to take on the bloodline. So I need you two to take on the Usos while I take care of, the tribal chief Roman Reigns. We have to do this together. We can't do this by ourselves," type thing. And having Cody bring those two in and not, because if this was all Vince McMahon, Cody wouldn't even have spoken to Sami Zayn at all. He would have been way over here, right?
Yeah.
Doing this and bringing it in makes it feel like one storyline and not two separate stories. And like, it doesn't feel like Sami Zayn has been degraded. Like, that's what I was worried about. I was like, but a tag match going from the Universal Championship to a tag match. This is all within the same story. And also, Jey Uso turning on Sammy felt way more personal than what happened with Sammy and Roman Reigns. So
I agree. I've read some fan theories that pop up on my page or whatever, and they all and like it sounds so good. One of them is that Jay turning on Sammy is a ploy to take down the bloodline from the inside. That was probably my favorite one, but I think it could go so many ways. I think there's so many little things. You got to remember there's Paul Heyman. He's more or less like when Jimmy and Jay were talking and Paul Heyman was overhearing them, you know, stuff like that. You got to take that into consideration. Uh so there's so many little things going on, and but I keep saying I think Cody's going to win it. It's just not going to be at WrestleMania. I hope it's more like SummerSlam. And so like I have this thought in my head and I don't know how to quite articulate that thought just yet, but that would be a major twist. But again, wrestling has more than one royal family, so I'm like, this is so exciting because we really do not know what's going to happen here. We love
I
it.
know we can speculate. Now, I think that Cody's gonna more than likely win it at WrestleMania. That's just that's just what I feel. Would I necessarily feel mad or upset if he didn't and they waited until SummerSlam? Maybe, maybe not. I think it would mean more at WrestleMania than
Right.
SummerSlam, but they don't always look at it in the grandiose way that I do. So, I always think it would mean more if they do this or that, and they don't always listen to.
Well, too, they always tout SummerSlam as the second biggest show of the year. So, you want to have more good SummerSlam moments too to say, hey, yes, you never know what's going to happen at the same time. Well, and then, like, with SummerSlam last year, we saw the debut of Damage Control, Bailey's return with Dakota
Mhm.
Kai, who was released months prior, and then the main roster debut of Io Shirai, aka Io Sky.
Right.
So SummerSlam has to have big moments too. For Cody, I would say yes. I'm so torn because I want Roman to break Pedro Morales' record, but you know, if it's not meant to be, then it's not meant to be, and I'll just have to get over it. But either way, I would be proud for Cody. And that promo on SmackDown Friday, woo! I loved it.
Cody's special. I don't think he gets enough credit,
No, absolutely not.
and he
Co-
definitely didn't get his flowers in AEW. people turned on him, and I was like, "Yo, Cody's great, y'all guys. Do you realize what you have?" I'm just saying.
I don't think me and you still understand why fans were turning on him towards the end.
No, we were talking about that. We had
Yeah.
hot takes about that. That was part of our controversial corners and everything. We were like,
Yeah.
"Y'all are crazy. Cody's amazing."
I love like, when it's all said and done, I was actually thinking about this at work today. When it's all said and done, Cody's going to go down as one of the game changers in wrestling history. I mean, you know, he didn't do it alone, but he played a key role into this new resurgence in pro wrestling in terms of competition for WWE.
Yeah,
A lot of us thought that was never going to happen again.
I know.
And just like Cody said, they kept saying, I wouldn't add up to this, or, I wouldn't, he's bitches Stardust. And, he's like, I was able to conquer all of that, more or less. Not exactly what he said, but that was the gist of it. I love the fact that he subtly mentioned All In, because that was a big deal when All In was created, and there was people saying, "Oh, they're not going to sell out a 10,000 seat arena."
It did in like what, 5 minutes or something?
Yeah, and the pay-per-view was great too. We had bought the pay-per-view and it was amazing. So, yeah, Cody has done within this last several years alone. Cody has done so much for wrestling. It's just when you look at it years from now, you're going to be like, "Damn, that's crazy."
I know.
One more fact I want to mention about Cody and Roman that I thought about too. Cody's last WrestleMania at Stardust was WrestleMania 15. That was Roman's first WrestleMania event. Main event, that I should say. Sorry.
It wasn't WrestleMania 15. It was 20 something, right?
2015, that's what I...
Oh, 2015. Okay, I thought you said WrestleMania 15. I was like, that was like, I was like, that.
Right? Oh, God. No.
And Cody was like 12. So.
No, WrestleMania 31. I'm sorry, guys. I see where I messed up at. God. Look, it's past my bedtime. That's my excuse.
It's okay.
But yeah, WrestleMania 31, 2015. That was Cody's last WrestleMania appearance, and he was Stardust. I don't exactly remember what he did, but that was Roman's first WrestleMania main event against Brock Lesnar. So I wonder if they're going to mention that. They probably won't.
Probably not.
I just thought that was an interesting.
It is.
It's kind of a little interesting fact between the two of them.
Yeah. Ray says that write it down. Roman is keeping the belt. Love Cody, but Roman is keeping it, and Cena is winning the U.S. title. Oh, he's got a lot of hot takes up in here.
Ugh.
Ray's just like, no, man, I'm going to mess it all up. This is what's going to happen. He was right about Ruby Soho turning heel. I didn't think that was going to happen, so.
This is Ray all day, right? Or do that right quick.
Okay. Timothy says Cody needs to win this match at WrestleMania. This is the only storyline that's been so interesting since Sammy joined the Bloodline.
All right. This is Ray all day right now.
Fight me! Fight me! Fight me! Fight me! Fight me! Don't fight me!
Had to do it.
I don't think he's ever had one where it pertains to him and not me coming after him. That's funny.
I was literally just thinking about you, Shane.
If Roman goes over at Mania, then at Raw, Austin Theory will beat him after he beats Cena. It would be legendary for Theory to beat both of them in a 2-day span.
Okay, he's not a Chris Jericho, okay? I'm sorry.
Okay, look. If Roman loses at WrestleMania, we're not going to see him for a little while. He is not going to be at the Raw after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Timothy is not happy about Ruby Soho.
Oof.
I
Oh,
guess
yeah.
not.
Yeah. I guess, yeah. She attacked Jamie Hayter, I know.
And Chris loves the sound clip.
I think that's one of our favorites, too.
Yeah. That's pretty much the Peaches and Power Bombs sound clip. The official one. All right. That's all of the interesting matches that we have officially, anyway, that we know of for WrestleMania.
Seth Rollins and Logan Paul.
Oh, yes. I forgot about that. I'm so glad you brought that up. Logan Paul. That dude. He amazes me every time. Like, he comes in there and he has that moment with Ricochet at the Royal Rumble. He has that good match with Roman a couple months before then. And I was like, "Oh, he gets the wrestling part. Let's see if he can get everything though." And he goes in there and he's right up there with Seth.
Wow. I
Like
haven't seen it, so
that was a great promo segment between him and Seth. He was saying a lot of stuff like, "It took you 20 years. It only took me a couple months to get this good." Things like that, you know? I was like, "Go Logan." He's such a natural jerk. I think that's and he really leans into that. It works. That dude's got pro wrestling in his blood.
I'm willing to bet there was this during the promo.
Yep. Yep. Just wait till you see Seth's outfit from Monday too.
I saw the outfit. I was looking up clips on YouTube, and I saw the outfit, and I went, "Oh my god!"
Seth is extra. He's just extra. It's funny.
It's so bad we love it.
Timothy says the fight me button will be me and Majestic Marie if Duke versus Indiana meet in the tournament. Oh, it's going down. It is going down. No Duke. And Shane says, I just wonder who is going into the Hall of Fame. Peaches and Power Bombs already should be in there. Aw.
Oh,
That's sweet.
I don't think we quite qualify for that, but thank you.
No. I don't even know if we qualify for the podcast Hall of Fame or not. We love you guys.
We do.
No. All right, so let's go over to the AEW side of things. I know, Alora, you were saying that you're trying to catch up on it. I'm going to just read the Revolution card.
Well, I know you had your tailgate stuff too, so.
Yes. So, Ricky Starks defeated Chris Jericho.
Good for him.
Jungle Boy defeated Christian in a burial match. House of Black defeated the Elite for the Trios Championship. Wardlow defeated Samoa Joe for the TBS title. We'll talk about that in a second. And then Jamie Hayter.
TNT title, but it's okay.
Oh, TNT. I'm sorry. Jade wasn't even on the card. Jamie Hayter defended her title against Ruby Soho and Saraya, and she retained it. The Guns retained the titles against the Acclaim, Triple J, and Orange Cassidy and Danhausen. Hangman Adam Page beat Jon Moxley in a Texas death match. And then MJF retained the title against Bryan Danielson in an Iron Man match. It was a draw, but they went into sudden death rules there at the
Classic.
end. And it was pretty great. From start to finish, overall, the pay-per-view was very good. I have a little bit of nitpicky stuff about like, I didn't like this, or I didn't like that, but overall it was really good. As far as Wednesday night goes, Ricky Starks was attacked by Juice Robinson. So the Jericho and Ricky Starks is over. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. So glad that they moved on, because poor Ricky Starks, if he held on to Jericho any longer, it was not going to do him any good. And this is fresh. I am so happy about this. Now, for a hot second, I thought it was Jay White, and I was about to lose my cool.
Girl, I saw the picture and I thought it was Jay White at first. I went, oh. And then I looked again and I went, oh, that's just Robinson. I'm just so ready to see Jay White. What move does he make next?
Right? I was like, and then I was like, oh, it's just Juice. And I was like, well, Juice is fine. I like this. This is so great.
We love Juice Robertson at Peaches and Power Bombs.
We sure do. No knocking the Juice, okay?
Yeah, don't knock the Juice.
But yeah, that was good. And apparently the Jericho Appreciation Society challenged the House of Black for the trios, and then the Elite is also putting their stuff forward there. I was kind of hoping that they were kind of going to do maybe a Kenny Omega singles run. They kind of hinted and played with that on social media this week, but I guess they're not quite done with the trios title either. It is what it is. I'm just glad that they moved on from Ricky Starks.
Ooh, triple threat match. Well, let's say this is a single triple threat match, which I know it's not. Chris Jericho versus Kenny Omega versus Malachi Black. I'm sold. Y'all know I want to see Kenny Omega and Malachi Black in a singles match. So
they're gonna be in Winnipeg. Is it next week or the week after?
I think it is next week. I can't remember.
So I was really hoping that we were just going to get a Kenny Omega versus Chris Jericho.
Ooh.
For that.
Hey, I'm not against that either.
I wish that was what they were doing, but they're bringing everybody into it, and I'm like, you don't need that. All you need is Jericho and Omega. Okay, leave the clowns out of it.
Just for good time's sake.
Right? Give the people what they want. But
my second favorite Canadian.
It is what it is.
The Mister is my first favorite Canadian.
Wow, okay. Mm-hmm. Ruby Soho turned heel on everybody.
Yeah.
And joined Saraya and Toni Storm.
They don't have a group name, do they?
No. I almost was like, I want to call them the Outsiders, but you can't call them that because that's what Scott Hall and Kevin Nash was called.
Well,
I don't know.
Remember the first time when Saraya asked Paige when they did the Team PCB what they were at first? I can't remember the name now, but it was really controversial and had to do with adult films. So.
I don't know what I would call them, but I was really proud of Ruby here, because at first I was like, oh, she's just going to do another You Peoples. You People did this and You People did that promo, the basic heel 101 pro wrestling promo that you usually get. And I'm like, ugh. But she was like making it personal, like, you guys did this to me and y'all did that to me. And I was sitting there going, you know what? She's right. We did do that to her. Am I the bad guy here? I can't say I blame her. So good job on her. I was not feeling this Saraya and Tony Storm thing at all, but I think adding Ruby is going to make it something. So, what do you
Yeah.
think?
Hmm. Yeah. In this case, the more the merrier.
Yeah. Yeah, we always complain about them not really utilizing the women the way they are in AEW, but I think that with Ruby's heel turn and involving everyone in there, right? There's Ruby, there's Saraya, there's Tony Storm. Then you got Jamie Hayter, Britt Baker, Hikaru Shida, maybe Riho at some point. That's quite a few women, right?
Yeah.
Along there, and it's not just involving, it's more than the title at this point. It's not about the women's
It's
title.
personal,
It's
right?
personal. So I'm like, this is what the women's division needs, is they need a really good personal I hate your guts storyline. So
Yeah.
I'm all for this. I think this is great. Oh my goodness. Oh, FTR made their triumphant return as well.
Hmm. I did hear that.
And they had a good promo. And they're going after the Guns for the tag team championships at some point. I'm excited about that. At first, did not know what they were doing, putting the titles on the Guns, but now that we have FTR in the mix, this is perfect. Because if you had FTR take those titles off of the Acclaimed, that would not have gone well at
Mm-mm.
all. So this is good. This is good. What do you think about FTR coming back?
I love it. I love it. I love how they played everybody, with the guessing game. Are they going back to WWE or are they going to AEW? They were pretty smart with it, but yeah, I'm glad they're back in AEW. You could tell they're very much happier in AEW, doing what they do best.
Yep. We have a lot of Timothy. He says, Rock Hard says, Juice. Everyone thought it would be Jay White. For like a half a second, they got me.
At first look, yeah.
Oh, that's right. David Finlay is now the leader of the Bullet Club. He attacked Jay White at the very end at Battle of the
Okay.
Valley after his match with Eddie Kingston. So, yeah, that makes sense. And Shane says, I am enjoying the feud between Hangman Page and Moxley. I like that it's keeping going. It reminds me of the way it used to be. Oh, Shane, I'm going to respectfully disagree with you. Okay, my dear. We're friends, so we can do that. Okay, with Hangman and Hangman and Moxley, they had this crazy brutal match on Sunday, okay? They both bled buckets and buckets of blood. They fought everywhere. They used everything you can imagine. Moxley stabbed Hangman with a fork at some point. Hangman took a chain, wrapped it around Mox's neck, and had him hanging. Not really. His feet were on the floor, by the way. Had him hanging, and Moxley tapped out, and that's how Hangman won. And I thought that that was the end of it. And no. Hangman comes out there at some point. Oh, okay. Moxley and Claudio was in a tag match together against the Dark Order. And they were just brutalizing those guys, right? So Hangman comes out there to save his little friends, and then they turn on Hangman. Okay, Moxley and Hangman have had 4 matches within the past couple months, guys, okay? 4. The last one was in a Texas death match where they almost killed each other in story, right? What more can you possibly do between these two without actually killing the other person? Moxley bled so much on Sunday night. He had none left to bleed on Wednesday. He was out of blood. I don't know what else you could do. What are how can they top that? Is my question. How can you top that death match? What's going to be worse than that? Let me
Mm,
know.
yeah, because when they do like Texas Death Match, that's saying, okay, this is the finale.
This is our rivalry has gotten so personal and so brutal to the point that this is all we have left. This is all they had. They don't have anything left. It should be the end of this. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what this
Hmm.
is leading up to. Um Blood and Guts isn't until after Double or Nothing, right?
Yeah, it's something along those lines.
Okay. So, I I don't know. What do you do?
Yeah, it's like, do y'all have something in store that we don't know about? More than likely, yes, maybe no, I don't know, but yeah.
Okay, also something that happened on Wednesday that I like and don't like all at the same time. I am so happy that Powerhouse Hobbs is getting a moment and getting a chance to run with the title. Happy for him. I think he's amazing. This was not the right time to do this. Poor Wardlow. I feel so sorry for that guy. He
Yeah.
just he was the hottest thing on AEW this time last year. He was about to beat MJF. He is the last person to beat MJF, by the way. They they could have not done this at all and just held on to him and then have him after the Danielson thing, have Wardlow come out and go, "I'm the last person to beat you, Maxwell. What you going to do about it?" That would have been perfect. You can't do that now because Wardlow looks like a big chump.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand why you would build Wardlow up to come back. It's like, is poor Wardlow suffers at the expense of someone else every time.
Every time.
Like he was going to have this huge moment. Was it at Revolution Double or Nothing last year where
Double or
MJF
nothing.
Double
Mhm.
or Nothing, and the whole MJF drama overshadowed that.
Yep.
And then now you built this up for a big comeback against Samoa Joe, which he defeated.
Yep.
And that's a tough, I won't say it's a tall order, but Samoa Joe's a pretty tough guy.
Right.
And then you turn around 3 days later and you give it to Powerhouse Hobbs, which there's nothing wrong with Powerhouse Hobbs because I like him too.
Right.
But the why? Was Wardlow hurt and we didn't know it? I don't know.
I don't know. I just want to know if he made somebody mad up in there. I mean,
Right.
and like, how in the world could Wardlow make you mad? He is the most. I don't know if you've ever seen him talk or not. He is like the chillest dude I've ever
Yeah.
seen in like interviews and stuff. And I'm like, there ain't no way that dude made anybody mad.
I don't
And
know.
I kind of feel sorry for Powerhouse Hobbs too because they kind of made him look like he couldn't do anything by himself because they had QT Marshall come out there and help him beat him. I'm like, Powerhouse Hobbs don't need QT Marshall to beat anybody. Are you kidding me?
Uh,
It was not good. It was not a
it was
good
kind of
segment.
like,
And they did it to themselves because they booked themselves into this corner. And we talked about it. We talked about it on tailgate party yesterday too. I was like, whatever's going to happen, it's not going to be good for somebody. And it kind of made both of them look bad, not
mhm.
just one. So
Yeah, here you go.
That don't make no sense.
that's right.
Yeah. Eddie Gilbert versus Jerry Lawler had a feud for years. The new generation fans want instant gratification. I hope it keeps going with Hangman Page and Mox. I see where he's going. I see where Shane's going with this, but I think maybe in this case, perhaps AEW jumped the gun by doing the Texas Death Match when if you're still continuing the feud, um, why are we having the Texas Death Match? So
That's
I
it.
I think that's what it is. I think AEW jumped the gun on it as far as that goes. So I
Back in
see
the
what he's
day,
saying too.
they would start with traditional match,
Mm-hmm.
and someone would either win or have a little bit of a we don't not a definite screwy finish or something. And you'd have
Mm-hmm.
another one, and then you just kept upping the ante with each
Excuse me.
moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it would finally go to like, okay, we don't have anything left. It has come to such a boil point that we have to beat the crap out of each other in order to for this to be done. And they would do that in a span of years because they weren't on TV all the time, right? Like today. It's not about instant gratification. It's about how they can move forward from such a big moment like the Texas death match. That's
Mm-hmm.
my point. I'm not like, okay, one match and Ricky Starks and Jericho has one match and I want Ricky Starks to move to another person and the next week he moves to another person and the next week
Right.
no. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, you know, knowing knowing when to move on though after blowing your storyline, coming to the head with a storyline at the right moment. That's all. Okay, let's talk about the Iron Man match for a few minutes.
Okay.
MJF defeated Bryan Danielson. That match was insane. Um, I know you're going to probably get mad at me about this. This is a hot take. Y'all can play the fight me button on me. It was better than Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart.
I haven't watched it, but I gotta do
Fight
this.
me! Fight me! Fight me! Fight me! Fight me! Don't fight me!
Maybe it's because I'm not the biggest Shawn Michaels fan. I don't know.
I haven't seen the match, so I can't quite say that yet, but it was funny. I had to do it.
Okay, well, when you see the match, let me know and we'll get on here the next time
That would be
and
a
we'll
good that would be a good topic to talk about. Like a
we can maybe have a debate session or something.
yeah. Oh, that's a great idea.
That'll be fun.
Metal Geek is on here with us.
Hi,
Hey.
Pete.
Will Eddie win the title or is it still safe for New York? I think it's still being safe for Arthur Ashe, man.
Um, I don't know what's gonna happen, but he's challenging Claudio Castagnoli for the Ring of Honor World Title on March the 31st at Ring of Honor Supercard. I don't know if he's going to win that or not, or if he's going to lose. Because if you look at his social media, he's even second guessing going to Ring of Honor at this point. I think that they are telling Eddie is down. He doesn't know what to do. He feels all alone. He was like, Moxley abandoned me. Ruby abandoned me. Ortiz abandoned me. I have no friends. I'm all alone. I don't know if I'm making the right decision or not. And I think they're going to do like an Eddie Kingston redemption story. This is what
We
it
need
feels
it.
like
Oh
to
my
me.
god.
And I think he'll be in Ring of Honor for a little while. I don't know if he'll win this title or not.
If
I think I'll
if
be
not
okay either way.
if not, I feel like at this point he needs, you know, even though he loses, he'll earn the respect of his opponents, I should
Right.
say. And it's funny that we were talking about that Eddie Kingston promo earlier because when we were watching it, I was telling the Mister, I was like, he thought I had a crush on him. I said, it's not so much a crush on him. I said, he inspires me because he's being very transparent in what he's feeling, and that's what a lot of us feel, and we're able to. Well, I didn't quite articulate it like this, but you know, he, you know, we watch wrestling to get away, right? And
Right.
this Eddie Kingston gets it for us. It's like he gets me, and
Right.
but yeah, he's inspiring. I said that's why I'm a huge Eddie Kingston fan because I love the fact that he's transparent, and this is a way to connect with fans
Yep.
on it
Yep.
on an issue that does not get talked about a lot, enough.
Mhm. Yeah, I would be okay if he lost that match if they keep doing, like, a spiral type thing, but at the other hand, if they had him win and if he's in Ring of Honor for a little while, then he feels justified in himself to be able to come back to AEW and face MJF or whoever's champion at the time and be like, "Okay, I have the confidence that I was lacking before. I've got it now, and I'm coming after you and that title."
I
So,
like that.
yeah. And then he might lose at first, and then he kinda second guesses himself again, and Moxley can swoop in and be like, "Oh, no, bro, smack, smack across the face. You got
Right.
this. Challenge him again." Maybe he loses at All Out, and then he challenges him again at whatever that show is in New York. It's Grand Slam. He challenges him again at Grand Slam, and then ugh, I got chills. I got chills.
We would definitely have to go if that was the case.
All right. We'll have to set up a GoFundMe. Send peaches and power bombs to New York to
Yeah.
see Eddie Kingston win the world title.
Heck yeah.
Gotta make it happen, guys. Yeah, and speaking of Ring of Honor, I've really been enjoying the new Ring of Honor. It feels fresh and a lot of fun. The matches last week were good. I haven't watched this week's episode yet. That's what I'm gonna do when we get off stream is watch the new episode of Ring of Honor. Alora, I will send you my login information so you can watch it too, and we can share. And yeah, it's been good. It's been good. Timothy says,
Go ahead.
"Oh, Shane. Yes.
We'll
Okay.
talk about that in a second.
MJF and Danielson was one of the best matches I've seen in a long time. Oh, by the way, Jamie Hayter is still the queen and Duke is the best. Duke." Chris says, "Good night, ladies. Great show. As always, keep up
Thank
the."
you.
Thank you. If he loses, he must retire.
Talking about if he challenges for the world championship at Grand Slam.
Okay, but he wins. Yeah, but he
Ugh.
wins. You're gonna give me a heart attack if they do that. They did something similar in New Japan where if he lost, he would not be allowed to challenge any New Japan person ever. And I was like, "Oh, that hurts." But he won, so it was all good. And Shane, this. What are your thoughts on MJF throwing tequila on that young fan? Okay. I've heard debates on whether it was tequila or water. I don't know what it was. Regardless, it was not a plant. So it wasn't a planned thing. It was a real fan, a real audience member. I understand what if it was me and MJF did that to me, I would understand what he's doing. He's playing a part, right? And I'm just kind of there letting letting him play his part, right? I would get it. I would not take it personally. A little kid is not going to understand that. And
Right.
they're in their developmental stages, right? That could cause some major trauma to that kid. We have to we have to take those kinds of things seriously. And yes, they gave him free tickets. He got to meet Powerhouse Hobbs and go backstage and all this other kind of stuff. That does not erase what MJF actually did to him. Okay? So just be mindful of that, of how would you feel if MJF did that to you at 6 years old or whatever.
Oof.
I mean, that's not good. So I I understand what MJF was trying to do, but I don't think he should have done that.
Not on a kid.
No.
Yeah, because I was gonna say if I had brought a child to a show and he did that, I would be showing my whole ass in that arena.
Yeah. MJF and the pickles at the media scrum was funny too. He's been dropping a lot of hints about CM Punk. All through that match he was like, "I'm the best in the world." And then he kind of imitates the all out scrum with him eating pickles and yelling at everybody and cussing up a storm and stuff. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. Do you want to see CM Punk back in AEW, Alora?
I do, just because I don't want to see him go out like this.
Yeah.
Um because he had a great comeback story and it was all going good until the injury, and then when he came back, then that snafu with the scrum. Um CM Punk don't need to go out like that. You know, put on your big boy pants, whatever you got going on. You know, do you know just get right with the locker room, however way you need to do it. Apologize to
Yep.
the locker room. I mean, you hear stories of how he's offering advice to the young talent and stuff like that. Where was that tonight at Scrum? Nobody's perfect, but you know that's why. But yeah, I would love to see him back. I think a lot of people would love to see him back because he don't need to go out like that. I won't. If you're gonna have another run, a final run, and you're in your 40s now, you know, go out with a good note.
Yep.
Don't go out like that because I hate that for him.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a big CM Punk fan. I I love him to death, and I think AEW needs him, honestly. I really do. And
Yeah,
if they could get him and Kenny Omega in the same room and just iron out all their differences and go, "Okay, guys, let's make some money."
right. Oh
That would
yeah.
be epic. I would
You,
love to see that.
yeah, even though we really don't know what started it all and what transpired or whatnot. Um, where was I going with this? Yeah, we don't even know what it was about, and I think with a little time and reflecting, hash it out, and because both guys, even the young bucks, they're super smart when it comes to the business. They know what these guys together, all of them together, it would be like major money, and so like get rid of the egos. That's where I
Yep.
was going.
Yep. Put that aside. Make the money. All right, guys. I'm going to have to get off of here. It is almost 10. So,
Way past my bedtime.
we're going to say goodnight. We have a lot of exciting things planned for the page, so stay tuned to Peaches and Power Bombs. And if that's all I have. Is that all you have, Alora?
Yeah, for the most part, yep.
All right, guys. So we're going to say goodnight. Like, share, subscribe, tell your friends about us over here on Peaches and Power Bombs. Y'all have a good one. Bye. Good night, sweet peach. It's time to go. Good